apartment 5B.
You're now tuned into the Apartment 5B podcast, where we chop it up about hip-hop, R&B, sports, love and life. Hosted by Kill.
What's good? You are tuning into the Apartment 5B podcast hosted by your man Kill. Got my squad with me as always. My brother from Philadelphia, Rel. What's going on, good brother?
What's going on? Happy to be here. Get ready to learn something.
Yeah, no doubt. Vern out the ATL. What's going on, good brother?
What's good people? Got my notepad, ready to take notes and learn some stuff about New Orleans, man.
All right. I got my brother Neltron back on with us again. What's good, fam?
What's going on, everybody? What's happening? Just happy to be here.
All right,
no doubt.
My man Jens out of New Orleans. What's going on, Jens?
Peace, y'all. What's happening? Let's get it.
All right, no doubt. And we got my man Mixed Messiah chopping it up with us for the first time today. What's going on, good brother?
Everything's good. Glad to be here. What's up, everyone?
What's good, brother?
All right. Y'all know me. Let's jump right into it. Tonight, y'all got to pardon me. My throat is kind of scratchy right now. Tonight, we're going to be chopping it up and saluting. You know what I'm saying? We've done these shows before. We recently just did a show represent Jersey, kind of talking about our favorite MCs from Jersey, everything like that. Now, here's the thing. If you know me or you follow the podcast enough, I don't know a lot about New Orleans hip-hop. You know what I mean? But I also understand that New Orleans plays a huge part in this culture. And this is what I always challenge people to do on the timeline is get out of your own way. Like, just because you may not like something, if you rap hip-hop and you love hip-hop, then you got to at least give and place that person at whatever their props. So, no way I could say, in my opinion, I could say I have a hip hop podcast and not want to salute places, even though the music doesn't speak to me. And again, this isn't not all the music doesn't speak to me. There are songs and MCs that I mess with, but the same thing. When we did a Philly show, I'm gonna get Philly dudes on here to talk about Philly. I'm not gonna sit here and try to do an Atlanta show with me and Rel and Gnu from Jersey. We got to tap into the people who are there. The only thing I want to get into before the show, when we did this on our Apartment 5B Clubhouse, is just the word bias. Because a lot of times I've been accused of being East Coast biased. And for a while I fell for it. I've been accused of it. Yeah, I fell for the banana in the tailpipe for a while. But that episode helped me to realize I'm not biased. Because to me, biased would be, yo, Kill, check out this MC. Where they from? New Orleans. Nah, I don't want to hear them. That would be biased. When I hear somebody and I don't like it, that's not East Coast bias. But here's the thing, y'all. Probably since about 96, we have not been allowed to not like shit. And what I mean by that is in 96, it was, yo, I ain't liking that. Oh, you just a hater. That's what it was for years. Oh, you a hater. Now it's become, if you don't like something, your East Coast bias or your West Coast bias or whatever it is. And it's like, yo, nigga, can't I just not like something? Like, is that allowed anymore? But it really, truth be told, isn't. You know what I mean? Because if I say I don't like DJ Quick, oh, you West Coast, you East Coast bias. Why can't, but what the fuck is it when a West Coast nigga don't like DJ Quick then? Then what, he Compton bias? He Crenshaw bias? If you don't like this, it's okay to not like somebody, but still salute them. And that's one of the reasons I wanted to do this show, to just say, and again, I'm not saying I don't like New Orleans hip hop. I don't know enough about it, which is why, even at 47, like I said, every day I'm still learning. You know what I mean? So that's why we're doing this show. I got my 3 experts here. We're going to be chopping it up. Yes, why don't you set us off? Because you called me biased too many times. You probably are the leader. You're the leader. You were the face of Kill. You biased. So start me off with this. Like I said, even though I don't know a lot about New Orleans hip hop, I do realize and respect how important it is to the hip hop culture. Tell me this, what do you feel is New Orleans' place in the culture? And whatever that means to you, you may say like, I feel like we're a gumbo because we're in the middle of the whole country, so we get a little bit of everything. Like, you know, and from that we're able to, you know, produce a J Electronica who doesn't sound like they're from New Orleans, and then you can produce different things. So what do you feel like is New Orleans' place in hip hop for you?
I think New Orleans' place in hip hop is still to be established. I think we still young, you know, like in sports talk. New Orleans is a small market, so while we had good runs with different labels that went nationally, there's still plenty untapped musical resources as far as hip hop goes in New Orleans that I don't think we've really, even though we've had those highs, I think we can do much better with the talent that we have here. So the place is still to be determined, in my opinion.
All right, no doubt. Mixed Messiah, what's up, good brother? What you got for us? Where's New Orleans? And tell me this, you know what? You know how you can Philly rep your hood. Yes, what part of NO you from, man?
I'm from the 7th Ward.
All right, Mix, you from the 7th? Yes, where you from?
I'm definitely from the 7th Ward.
I used to live in the Gentilly area, but since Katrina, I'm on the West Bank.
All right, so you definitely know the area.
Yes, sir. I didn't even know you was a NOLA man too good. We got it good.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
All right.
What about you? Where you rep?
Algiers 1.5, West Bank, all over really. Like my church was in the 9th Ward. I was born uptown. We moved on to West Bank. Went to school in Algiers, so I've been all over New Orleans, man. So
all right, no doubt. All right, so Mix, what would you say is where do you see hip hop? You know, from the New Orleans standpoint.
To be accurate, I wouldn't even use hip hop with New Orleans so soon. I think New Orleans is more of a rap town, and I think we're trying to find our way to hip hop. We've had flashes of it and taste, you know, through the years, but I don't think we really focused on the culture as much. I think we focus more on the money aspect of it, the popularity, and the fact that we're actually doing it. You know, it's more like trying to impress somebody, sort of like adult peer pressure. Like, I don't think we really focus on refining our lyrical skills, trying to b-boy, trying to, you know, do the graffiti thing, trying to turntablize. So I think the focus is more on stunting, you know, more than anything.
Yo, that's very intriguing, and I'm glad a person from New Orleans said that, because if somebody else said that, they'd be wherever they from biased. They'd be East Coast biased, West Coast biased, or whatever. So talk a little bit about that you see you as being rappers and not hip hop, and you're still trying to find your way to that.
I would say pretty much I don't think people really do the groundwork. I'm gonna say people that's aspiring to be rappers don't really do the groundwork and look into like the history and the evolution of how far, you know, hip hop has come. I think it's more like, you know, like a rat race. Like, we're just trying to keep up with the Joneses. Like, you know, whatever the internet says, it kind of dictates what they do. You know, it's sort of like trying to just outdo the next person, but without putting in the work. Like you more about the end result than putting in the time. So it makes it hard for somebody that's like a real MC, a real turntablist, you know, a producer as opposed to a beat maker. You know, it makes it really hard to exist. But then when you do get out, you tend to stand out more, and then people don't really think you from here because you're too well-rounded or you're too globally accepted. You know, they question like, are you really from New Orleans?
All right. I'm gonna have some more questions about that. Now, Trump, where do you see what's New Orleans place in hip hop for you?
I'm piggybacking off of Yitz and Mike. I've always, you know, being from New Orleans, we're looking at the East Coast, we're looking at the West Coast, we're looking at the Midwest, Miami, Houston, ATL. So we just always try to find our spot. Some early rappers that I'm gonna get into did it, and I wanted them to be bigger than what they were, but they stayed in New Orleans, and it was just like, okay, this is all we're gonna do. And it was like, oh, this guy could have been this. So many MCs or rappers from New Orleans could have been more than, but they chose to stay here. So that's where I'm at, man. We always want. Look like Philly had Black Thought, Jersey had Redman, ATL had Outkast. So we want that. Somebody's going to be well-rounded and really study the art of hip hop, all of the 4 elements, you know. So that's how I feel. That we still trying to get there.
All right, my bad. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
All right, bet. Something's wrong with my headphones. Let me just fix this right quick. It's gonna be one of them shows. All right. So bet. So let's get into this. Top 5 artists. They don't have to be in. If you have them in the order of 5 to 1 or whatever, you can just be like who they are. But top 5 artists from New Orleans. And why? Rel, I know you're an Philadelphia representative, but you have 5 of your favorite artists from New Orleans. So I'm intrigued to know who they are. Who are your top 5 artists from New Orleans and why?
For me, Currency, Juvenile, BG,
Oh wow.
Wayne, and J Electronica. And I have someone that I like that's very that didn't have a long career but was underrated to me, and that's a guy by the name of Mac.
Yeah.
I get into that when we get to the albums and stuff, but Mac was a No Limit artist with kind of an East Coast flow, to be honest with you, and I really liked him. His career didn't last long, but he was somebody that really caught my attention. So those are mine for New Orleans.
Now tell me this, bro, because a lot of times I hear from East Coast people, or just from even this podcast and meeting people on Twitter, when you're from the East Coast, a lot of people are like, my cousin lived in Houston and used to bring back tapes, or my cousin lived in New Orleans, or I got in the military. How did you get to here? See, all my cousins was in Brooklyn. All my cousins was in Philly and Brooklyn, so I never had that West Coast plug to be schooling me on stuff. How did you get into New Orleans hip hop like that?
Well, all of my family is in Philly for the most part, but I had a friend of mine that I had met, and he's from DC, and a lot of stuff from different regions I got from him. He would play around me, and I'd be like, what's that? And that's really how I started listening to anything other than East Coast and West Coast, because I got put onto the West Coast because it was, NWA and all that. That kind of was everywhere. But I had a friend from DC, and you know how DC is. DC is into a lot of the South stuff. Like Scarface is like God in DC. You know what I'm saying? So they're into that stuff. So that's who put me onto it. And to be honest with you, I thought a lot of it was whack when I first heard it. But you gotta understand, your ear matures, you know what I'm saying? And I was biased for one, you know what I'm saying? And then, it's something new and it's something you haven't heard before, and it takes a while for you to, for it to register with you. And that's what happened. Like people like Currency, J Electronica, those type of people, they kind of register with me faster just because of the sound, you know what I'm saying? But people like BG, like, the No Limit, you know what I'm saying? No Limit, you know what I'm saying? It took a little while, but as my ear matured, I was able to find, stuff that I really liked and were able to support, you know what I'm saying? So that's how, my friend from DC put me on to all that stuff. So,
all right, no doubt. Yes, I'm dying to hear it, bro. Top 5 MCs from New Orleans.
Notorious B.I.G. All right, so look, here we go. I got the Fiend. like Soldier Slim, R.I.P. Always enjoyed him, and BG. I'll go with those.
You said two Slims.
Yeah, G Slim and Soldier.
Soldier Slim.
Now,
Soldier Slim.
That's in New Orleans. You know how we had Cool Rock Ski a bit. Like, it was Slim like something you put on the end of your name?
No, you got Slim Calhoun out of the ATL, so there's a Slim, and that's in the whole.
But I mean, you just named you was like Soldier Slim and the other person Slim, so I didn't know. Like you got you know the brothers. You got him love. You got love. You got.
I don't think it was anything like that. Slim. Now I'll tell you that Slim has always been a nickname for a tall, skinny person. So I mean, I guess if you want to put it like that, but I don't think it was anything. Like
now again, I'm learning, so that's why I'm asking. So
yeah,
when you heard which Slim came first?
I think they're about the same time. I don't know if they.
So when y'all
like too much.
Were y'all ever like he's biting his name or whatever, or it's not even that deep?
No, it's not that deep.
All right, cool, no doubt. Mix, who you got for your top 5 and why? Oh, my fault. Yes, why? Why are you picking these people? Like, what is it about?
Well, they all MC in a style that I like.
Okay.
You know, I mean, that's about as plain as I can put it. It's not, you know, I don't think it's any standout type of thing. It's just that the music, like we always say, speaks to me.
Okay.
The way they go about rhyming speaks to me. You know, I think it's just the sound. You know.
And again, I think for me it's just my Well, I'm gonna wait till the end. Mix, who you got for your 5 and why?
All right, first off, I got J Electronica, because to me, his style could be picked up anywhere. He's sort of like if an alien landed in New Orleans and decided to rhyme. That's what I like most about him.
Yeah.
Second of all, I'm gonna go with the late Bionic Brown.
Oh, fire.
He kind of put me in the mind.
What's his name?
Bionic Brown, but his Bionic is spelled Bionik.
Okay.
And then Brown. He died in a car accident some years ago. He was really known for his freestyle. He had a really wicked freestyle. He had a really high-pitched voice. So he put you in the mind of if you could cross maybe Far Side with Souls of Mischief. Like he would fall in one of those families.
Okay.
I liked him a lot. He was really dope. He could perform well too.
Now tell me this. Is he associated with a crew? Because you know how hip-hop for me, and again, this is what I'm trying to learn. You know how, like you just said, Souls of Mischief, they were with Hieroglyphic, or these people
Right.
with Camp Click, or these people with State Property. Was Bionic Brown with anybody, or he kind of...
No.
Is that how y'all roll in New Orleans? Are they crews, or are they sometimes crews, but then you can be NOLA?
It's kind of both. It's kind of both ways. You know, you might have some people that roll in crews and some people that don't, or they might have multiple affiliations.
Okay.
Something
Was
like that. But
Bionic
he wasn't rolling with anyone. It was pretty much just him.
Okay.
My third one is 3D Nati. She's a Tasmanian devil in the booth.
You got. I'm writing this down. So you said 3D what?
Nati. That's capital NA apostrophe capital TEE.
Black
3D Nati.
Hey, she's dope, man. She's dope. She did a couple.
I work with kids in the hood. I'm apostrophes. It's just we need a limit on it. Like that's good.
Hey,
that's what we want. I got some kids with 3, so this is good.
She did a collab with Ransom a while back.
Okay.
She came off dope off of that. So yeah.
And she's on Torre's album too.
Okay.
Word.
Write this down. I'm doing my homework.
Yeah, she's really wicked. Like
Always
anything goes with her.
freestyling on her YouTube and all that.
Okay.
Anything goes with her. Like she could rhyme almost any style by anything, and she got like the sex appeal. So it kind of throws people off that she's lyrical and got sex appeal and in your face. So she's got the shock value of Eminem. You know, she's got the look of a fox, but then she got the rhyme skills and the swag like a G-rap or something.
Okay. All right. Like I said,
That's a hell of a mix.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Definitely. All right. Who else you got?
I got Tim Smooth. I guess you would compare him to if New Orleans had a Big Daddy Kane, because he had a lot of swag. he had like a pimp style flow, sort of a pimp style look. But he was real smooth with the ladies. You know, he could freestyle really well. He would come at you so many different ways. Like sometimes he hit you with some abstract stuff to diss you while still taking your girl. You know, he was just a well-rounded, suave cat, and he died also a few years ago.
Yep. R.I.P. Tim.
Tell me this, because again, since you said comparing him to Big Daddy Kane, is he more of like an 80s rapper? And I'm just for the people that's watching, the reason why I keep asking all these questions is the same way. If somebody wasn't familiar with a Philadelphian MC and I say Schoolie D, somebody that this person is new, like Schoolie D is like a newer MC.
Oh no, I would say he's like a 90s style rapper.
Yeah, he would be like 80, 88, 89, you know, like in that era. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And he actually resembled Cat Williams a little bit.
Okay.
Especially like in the Sideburn era. Yeah, he kind of
when he had that he had a perm too. He had
the perm.
All right, no doubt. Who else you got left?
And then my last one would be Truth Universal.
Oh man, I got all them as honorable mentions. God damn it.
He's actually a transplant. He's from Trinidad, but he moved to New Orleans and set up shop and, you know, been here a while. And he's just that conscious brother that tells it like it really is. Like,
don't work with Kev Brown.
He don't really mind, you know, reporting what's going on in the world, the good, the bad, and the otherwise.
God
really
damn.
laid back, real unassuming, super humble, you know, good performer, and he actually represents all phases of hip hop.
Remind me to follow you, brother.
Definitely. Yeah, we'll be in touch.
And this is one of the reasons why I was excited to do this show, because I want to learn. Because here's the wild part. Well, again, I'm gonna wait. Neltron, who you got? Because you may still do something. So now, who you got for your top 5?
I got Tim Smooth. The reason why Tim Smooth grabbed me, I moved to, I don't know if I told Vern or you or yes, but I moved to Atlanta in '88 and came back in '91, right when New Orleans rap started to take off with the bounce era. And Tim Smooth was a fresh breath of air because he wasn't trying to make you party or dance. He was really spitting. So he had certain songs that talked about the city, where to go shop at, you know, using the DOC sample of I Gots to Have It. So he just was a different cat. So that's why I liked him. One of his, I'm not sure if he was on the same label because they had a record label called Big Boy. And my next pick is Mystical. And we had, I think New York or the East Coast had Video Music Box. And then we got the Jukebox, or Music Jukebox or something like that on Channel 10. And Mystical came out with Y'all Ain't Ready on Big Boy. And I was done. I'm like, yo, who is this dude? He's got mad energy. A lot of people comparing to Busta Rhymes, but I think they too different just off the energy. So Mystical was my next one. I got Mia X. Her being one of the first females that I heard to actually rap. And then she was down with the No Limit camp and she could hang with, you know, Fiend and Mystical. She could rhyme with them. She wasn't on the 3D not T level, but she still had bars. My next pick is Juvenile for his style, his swag.
Yeah, man.
Everybody know him for the 99 and 2000. You heard me? Like, he came in and represented with the Hot Boys, but I just love the way he kind of sing. He kind of rapped and sung at the same time, kind of like BG style. You know, they'll slur, they'll stretch out their words, and I'm just like, man, you know. So Juvenile was my next pick, and then my final pick was, of course, Jay Electronica, because the dude is an alien. He's a fucking alien, man. So, and the fact that he got with Erica is crazy. I'm scared to.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
I remember when I first heard "Huh," I was like, man, this is crazy. You got that big body being high. He kept doing it through the whole song. I'm like, okay, I feel you on this one. Yeah,
that's real.
Hey, that's exactly how people talk down here too. That wasn't no song. That's how we talk.
Right. Now, here's the thing I was gonna say, because I guess again, not knowing a lot, I just expected to hear the same names. I expected a Lil Wayne to be in here. And again, this is my ignorance. I'll be the first to admit. Again, I'm ignorant to this. This is why I'm asking experts of it. But again, if you was coming into Philly hip hop, you probably be thinking somebody gonna name Black Thought, somebody gonna name, there's certain names that you thought that you would pull from. And like for the most part, y'all didn't pull from those names. So I'm just
I'll tell you my reason. After you finish your thought, I'll tell you why I did it.
Okay, and I'm just intrigued because, especially with Wayne, because again, I've never really been a big Wayne fan, even mixtape Wayne, but the way that he's talked about from his solo work is just like, I know people who have Wayne in their top 5 GOAT MCs.
Yeah, they love him.
So I'm just shocked that why isn't Wayne making any of y'all lists? Yes?
I guess because of our age. I'm sorry.
Not for me, not necessarily kind of age, but just for the simple fact that you expected it. You thought coming to the show, you just knew we was gonna talk about Wayne. But they got, just like I said, we got plenty of other talent that hadn't been talked about. So my purpose of being on tonight is I'm gonna talk about brothers that don't get a lot of talk about. Like my man said, Truth in Universal. You're not gonna hear Truth Universal outside of real heads. You're not gonna hear that name out of New Orleans.
No, I feel you, but what I'm saying is that I feel you. But what I'm saying is that even if I know that there are a lot of dope MCs in Philly that nobody's ever heard of, but if somebody asks me who are your top 5 MCs from Philly, I'm gonna say Thought. Like I'm not gonna leave him out just to talk about the Last Emperor because here's somebody else who nobody ever heard of. Like he's still gonna make my list.
But okay, let me answer that.
I want to give you the opportunity to talk about everybody, but would Wayne have your list even if everybody knew all of these people?
But look, check it out. Just like Mixed Messiah said, we have been more known for so-called rap, which Wayne kind of falls under that category. So we trying to big up MCs that we believe need to be talked about. Anybody's gonna bring up Wayne.
No, I'm loving this.
Anybody. Somebody from Hawaii is gonna say Wayne's one of the best out of New Orleans. Because Wayne's known.
Because again, so many people talk about Wayne. People get on me because like, Kill, this ain't Hot Boys Wayne. This is lyrical Wayne. Mixtape Wayne is one of the greatest mixtape runs ever. Yo, did you hear this? You hear the Carter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This dude is a lyrical. So again, I'm just shocked. That's all. I'm not. Nobody. Yes, getting mad. I'm just asking.
You'll Kill.
All right, bro, hold on for a second, Nick. Bro, what were you gonna say?
I'm not from New Orleans, but I could understand totally why Wayne is not on y'all list. Because I feel this way about a lot of popular people. I don't care for the machine type of people that are hooked in to the machine and shoved down our throat. Because okay, here's a greater way to say it, Kill. You just talked about cheesesteak, Ishkabibbles, and all these places, but the real Philly niggas know. It's them other places that you really want to go if you're going to get a real cheesesteak, and that's my perception on why y'all didn't name him.
Can I say something too?
Yeah, what you got, bro?
I think I try to walk a fine line with that because you know what I'm saying, like I agree with that, but I also feel like why I mentioned him being an outsider is I wasn't the machine thing. I'm like that too, Vern. But I think with him, I just had to. I think he deserved to get some credit.
No doubt about it. I'll never say they don't deserve. They grinded and they earned all what they got. There's no doubt.
Yeah. Because I wasn't a Wayne fan until the Carter 1. Like he was cool, but when I heard the Carter 1, I was like, damn. Like, and it says something to have the type of run that he did have. Like, you don't just have that type of run just being average. You know what I'm saying? So it's like go both ways. And it's funny because I got to put myself in the shoes if someone asked me about Philadelphia, and I understand where they're coming from, but I also feel like that's the reason why I did mention them though, because I felt like, you know what I'm saying, to have that type of run that he had, like that's commendable. You know what I'm saying?
Right, no doubt. Mix, what about you, good brother?
Okay, I got a tripped out story. When I first moved to Brooklyn, which was in 2013, I lived in Brooklyn from 2005 to 2013 after Katrina. I moved to BK. So when I was leaving a party in the Bronx late one night on the 4 train headed back to BK, there was some chicks arguing in the back of the train. And they were all in each other's face, going, at each other's throat. And I could tell, it was rap related, but I couldn't tell what it was about. So when they got closer to me, they were arguing over who's the best out of Lil Wayne and Jay-Z. So they asked me who I thought was better out of Lil Wayne and Jay-Z, and I said Pharoah Monch.
I'm definitely gonna follow you, brother. I'm following you as soon as we finish. Definitely following you.
And so yes, and again, this is me learning, because again, if you go on the TL, here's a great example. Yeah, MC from Harlem, respectable MC, but about 46, he's 36. MC, he says Wayne is an incredible lyricist. So again, I'm not just taking this from the people on the timeline who don't know shit, and they just looking at who got the most video or Lil Wayne did these features. I'm looking at like, hey, he's a credible source. You know what I'm saying? So that's all. I was just shocked, but this is why I love the show, because I love hearing about all these new people who I get to dive into. So I'm again, yes, no beef, good brother. Just I just
it's never that. It's never that.
That's all. All right, boom, we did that. Now y'all got me even more intrigued. What are y'all top 5 albums out of New Orleans? Well, I'll start as the outsider and see how you compare to the insiders.
I'm not gonna. Well, I have a couple of albums. I'm not gonna attempt to because my knowledge isn't as extensive. I'll just go with a couple of albums that I like. That I like Shell Shock from Mac. I like 400 Degrees from Juvenile. That album was really kill. That album's really good.
Really good.
It's really good. Now, even listen to it now, you're gonna be like, yo, this is good. You know what I'm saying? I like the Carter 2 better than I like 1, but I like both of them. I like both of the Carters. I like a million Currency out because he has so much material. But if I had to pick, I like Pilot Talk 1. That is Pilot Talk 1 from Currency is my favorite, and I think that's it for me. It's other albums that I like. I don't like this artist, but the album was pretty good. But there's so many people on it that I like. Y'all gonna laugh. I liked Silk the Shocker's Charger to the Game album.
Oh wow! I like the album. My head, you blew my head.
I like the album.
That's heavy.
But I don't like him. Like him.
Why would you?
I don't like him. He's terrible. But everybody else on it, I don't like Silk, but there's no bias, but I just don't like his style. But everybody else on the album kills it. You know what I'm saying? And I like Fiend's first album.
All right. The outside in, yes. Tell us about somebody we never heard about in Ninth Ward's album. And nobody ever heard. You're the only person who ever heard it.
All right. So we got. I'm gonna go with Tim Smooth, like Messiah said. Tim's one of the best to come out of the city.
What album?
It's I Got to Have It. I think it was like an EP kind of thing. It wasn't necessarily a whole album, big thing, but had a few songs on it.
Where can we listen to this at?
YouTube.
You can have to Google YouTube. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Just type in Tim Smooth and it'll come up. All the stuff will come up. His other albums that came out after and everything like that.
Now, this is one of the covers you sent me, right?
Yeah.
He's on the phone, right?
Yeah. Yeah, sitting on the front of the car.
Yes, he got a documentary coming up soon too.
Oh, word?
One of my homies is doing a documentary on it.
All right. Yeah,
That's really
Tim's good people, man. Tim is a cool dude, man. I ran over Tim a few times, talking to him and stuff. My next one is gonna be MC Click.
Oh,
The name of the album is "It Ain't Over Till the Fat Man Swings." Now this dude, just like Tim, this dude is. I ain't gonna say was, although he's gone and was MCs that come out of the city. So MC Click. I'll go with there was a group called 39 Posse.
Oh,
And they had an album called 39 Automatic. And the MC out of there's name was Dark. And they had a song called Bitch I'm Dark. Man.
That is dope.
Time out.
That sounds like something. Hey, that sounds like something I like.
I apologize. What's the name of it? His name is Dark. He got a song called Bitch I'm Dark.
Yeah, the name of the group is 39 Posse.
I think I would like that.
His name is Dark. And there was a song on the album called Bitch I'm Dark.
So it'll be the equivalent of saying having my name is Kill and I got a song called Bitch I'm Kill.
Damn right. Damn right.
His real name is actually Darthania, but they cut it short to Dark.
That's right.
All right.
All right, and
Look at Rel. Rel looking up Bitch I'm Dark right now.
Right now.
hey, it's
Oh, I
dope,
got
bro.
it.
I'm telling you, that's old New Orleans. Like we could get into all of the bounce and all of that. That would take forever
We
because
gotta talk about
oh, that murder. All right, so and then I'll go with Currency, and I like the Carrollton Heights. But just like Rel said, he got some man. Currency is just dope, man. I like everything about him. The way he delivers his rhymes, the subject matters, it's either cars or weed. But I don't mind because the music's always good, and like it don't never get old in my opinion. So that was my last one with Currency.
All right, no doubt. Mitch, who you got?
All right, my first one is the Ill Relatives. They were technically from Baton Rouge, but their stuff really moved hard in New Orleans.
Oh, wow.
And their style is also kind of like somewhere between like Lisa and New School, Farside, Tribe, Souls, like on that level.
And what's the name of the album?
The name of the album is Illustrations.
Man, I gotta write that down.
What year is this from?
They're from Baton Rouge, same place that LSU is.
Yeah, like early 90s, mid 90s.
Oh, early 90s, definitely early 90s.
All right, who you got up next?
J Electronica, Exhibit A and B.
Okay.
It's more of a mixtape, but it's
Right.
an unofficial official album.
Right.
The third one will be Truth Universal, which is Invent the Future.
All right.
It's a wide range of styles on that one. It kind of got like a Slum Village production feel to it.
So you said, and who's it by?
Say it again. Oh, that's Truth Universal.
That dude is dope, man. God damn, that dude is dope.
And who's the producer? If you saying it sound like Dilla, you know.
It was a variety of producers actually. It wasn't any one dude.
All right, bet. All right.
The fourth one was a compilation by a clique called the Psycho Ward, and it's self-titled.
Oh, damn, Mike.
And from the Psycho Ward, you had Mac, you had Rod Smooth, who toured with Cash Money, and a lot of people, you would say were birthed out of that clique.
Okay.
I guess they would be like New Orleans Wu-Tang, but not so much with that edge, but a wide range of styles. Like there were so many different styles and ranges with everyone in it. And it wasn't just MCs, it was DJs as well, and producers.
All right.
And then my last one would be the late Bionic Brown again, and it's called Platinum Thoughts, Aluminum Budget.
That's a dope title. Boy, you put together a good panel, boy. This dude got me smiling. God damn.
And yes, we all know it takes a lot to make you smile, good brother. So
No,
this is how God comes together and just puts all this stuff together.
that's right. That's right.
Your top 5 albums, good brother.
Well, yes, put me on the Currency album, which is the Carrollton Heist, produced by Alchemist, and I mean, I ain't gotta say nothing, but I mean, his work ethic is bananas. Currency just puts out so much. My next one is Lil Wayne, the Dedication series he did. I think it was after Katrina he put them out, and he rhymed those with different beats, and you know he stepped his game up. I got Mystical's first album. What was it called? Y'all Ain't Ready Yet. And 400 Degrees by Juvenile, and Jay Electronica's Eternal Sunshine. The Pledge. It's like 15 minutes long, and they had different songs on there. He was rhyming over different beats from the Eternal Sunshine movie, and it was no drums, but it was still dope. And I'm like, and then he said certain things. I'm like, wait, this dude might be from New Orleans. And you know, I was like, all right, bet. So those are my 5.
All right, so question: there's no love for this? There's no Jay Elect love for this?
Oh yeah, there's definitely love for that. There's love for that, but it's a little dated.
What about the unreleased one that released after that?
That's Patents. I got you, Rel.
All right.
That's the one we did with Jay-Z, right?
Yeah, this is the one that just came out, Mix. When you said it's dated.
Yeah, but it's dated because
That shit is poo.
It's dated. Nah. It's dated, Kel. It's dated, Kill, because a lot of stuff on there is kind of refurbished.
Word.
Okay. I only knew about that one joint when they used the I Gotta Love, the PCL joint. The
Shiny Suit Theory.
Shiny Suit Theory. I know that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. No doubt.
So
it's still dope though. It's still crazy dope.
The one that just came out, the Jay Electronica Rel that you was asking about, is called the Act 2, the Patents of Nobility, is way better than the one Kill you just brought up. It's got some dated tracks, but it's fire.
Yeah.
It's so
Man,
good.
Jay Elect got to straighten up, man.
His career is pretty much dated. You know, he didn't come out when he was supposed to.
Did you hear that one, Kill? The unreleased one?
Patents of Nobility.
That's the one that got leaked like last year sometime.
It got leaked after the one you just
It was cool, man. I actually like that one better. You know what I mean? I just think like, you know, so much time went between Exhibit C, like, and whenever, you know, Exhibit C was 2009. Like, you know, we're talking 12 years ago. You know what I mean? Just all that hoopla. I was waiting for this Just Blaze, Jay Electronica produced album. And and I remember being hyped for the one that Neltron was talking about, thinking that was going to be the album, because there was all the hoopla when he was going to sign with Puff. He was supposed to sign with, I think Just Blaze and Jay have some issue, because he was supposed to sign with Puff. That's why on Exhibit C, when he's like, yo, come get Puff to do these ad-libs again. So they thought he was going to sign with Puff, and then Just was going to do the album. Then he signed with Jay, and Just was like, well, I think I'm going to do the album. So who knows? But still, an incredible MC.
Hey, Kill. I think he'd be a best fit with Madlib. I think Madlib would bring out the best in him.
Yeah, that'd be dope, man.
That'd be crazy too.
Yeah.
You know, I think he should think with Madlib, and for years I thought Madlib was good, but Madlib's incredible, man. Like Madlib done like some incredible stuff. So I mean, yeah, I think that would be great. Now tell me this, because from somebody outside looking in, and see, this is why I wish I had one of y'all as a cousin, because I would have known about this stuff sooner, because all these people y'all tell me about, I've never heard of for the most part. When I think New Orleans, and I wonder if this is just what the average person who's not from New Orleans thinks, I think of No Limit and Cash Money. Those are like the first things that come to mind. Like, but tell me this, what would y'all say were the differences between those crews? Or is there a difference between those crews? Like, would you say, you know, one crew is better lyrically, they both whack, or how would y'all break down, you know, Cash Money and No Limit? And then did y'all even like that? Yes?
As far as No Limit goes, they got joints and they got some artists that I kind of rock with, but for the most part, not really. And Cash Money. All right, let me put it to you this way: before No Limit and before Cash Money, there was Big Boy. So artists that used to be on Big Boy,
and Big Boy
eventually,
Big Boy was a label.
Big Boy was a label. That's one of the pictures I sent you for the time too. Okay.
So who's behind Big Boy? So Puff is behind Bad Boy. Who's behind Big Boy?
There's a guy named Chuck, and there's a guy called DJ Precise, and I think there was another guy. I think his name might have been Rob. I'm not totally. I can't.
His name's Rob Shaw.
Word.
Rob
There you
Shaw.
go. All right. So they were before. But some of the artists after Big Boy like folded or whatever happened. Some of the artists like Mystical. But the artists moved over. So then you had No Limit and of course Master P, all the business savvy that he had learned and was able to get things moving. That's all my respect goes to him for that stuff. He put a lot of people on. He made jobs and woman jobs. So he's always gonna get big respect from me off of that. Now, did I enjoy a lot of music? No, I didn't enjoy a lot of music. But by the time they rolled around, I'm of an age where I'm already established where my ears at as far as music goes. So then when these people started coming around, I wasn't really checking for it like that. Like I said, they got joints. That I like, but I wasn't like a die-hard No Limit or a die-hard Cash Money type.
All right, no doubt. Mix, what about you?
All right, I'm gonna say, starting off, that neither one of them was my lane, but I respected certain individuals in both crews, and I was friends with a lot of them. And I was kind of put in a tricky situation because I worked in record retail all through New Orleans. I worked at Soundware, Blockbuster Music, Tower Records, Virgin Records, and Sam Goody for a brief moment. So a lot of times I had to sell a lot of his stuff, and it was kind of hard to suggest it because it wasn't my thing. But I still did what I had to do. I did my job, and I think that there's not much of a difference. I kind of equate their place in hip hop to like marketing and promotions and having that drive. And then I also would like to say that they have a relationship like two brothers that don't really get along. Like they might have different fathers or different mothers or something like that.
Two crews, Cash Money and No Limit.
Yeah.
They got a Ricky Doughboy relationship.
Pretty much. And the mother favors one over the other until tragedy strikes.
All right, that's a dope way to put it. What about you, Neltron?
Like you said, Big Boy. I love Big Boy because everybody that was on their roster was dope. Then No Limit, Master P sold his records like crack. Like every week, an artist was coming out, whether it was Silk, C Murder, Mercedes, Mia, Cain and Abel, Fiend. I mean, it just he flooded the streets of New Orleans. Cash Money had a different beat. I'm gonna say I like Cash Money's production a little more than No Limit, even though let me put it like this.
Now try. So school me. Cash Money is whose producers? That Manny Fresh?
No, yeah, that's Manny Fresh. And No Limit had the
Beats by the Pound,
aka Medicine Man. They changed their name to Medicine Man. Okay. But their beats, I mean, you got a producer out there, KLC, and a couple other cats who, did their thing, but No Limit had I like Manny's sound a little more because you can, his artist could ride the beat a little better. But like I said, man, I'm gonna put it like this. Everybody in their mom was playing No Limit and Cash Money from my junior high to high school, right out of college. So I was inundated. Every time I got my partner call, it'd be like, oh, I'm about to play some Mac or some BG or some Juvie. And I'm like, all right, it's your car, bro. So, you know, I want to listen to Wu-Tang or Farside. So, like Mike and Yitz, man, I got one No Limit album that's Ghetto D, and I got one Cash Money record, and that's 400 Degrees. So that'll tell you that I wasn't really into it like that. But I respect the business acumen. You know?
Now, let me ask you all this. Because what I realized just from doing this show, the blessing is having people from all over. One of the things I love about social media, you talk to people from all over. You think everybody is doing what you're doing. So if, you know, when Illmatic was big in Philly, I'm like, oh, Illmatic's big everywhere. Everybody's listening to Illmatic. Then I get on Twitter 20 years later and people are like, he wasn't playing that shit. You know what I mean? So with you guys, since you guys, all three of y'all are hip hop heads, would you say that the majority of New Orleans who maybe aren't hip hop heads feel the same way? Or that if I had somebody on here who just listened to rap music, they would probably be naming what I expected them to.
I would say that's accurate. I would say your statement is very accurate. Okay. I think the three of us kind of have like a open, eclectic taste. But I think the average New Orleanian would give you more what you expected to hear.
All right, no way to put it. Now,
I caught hell over Wu-Tang. I had partners telling me, man, I don't want to hear that kung fu rap. I don't want to hear that shit.
Yeah.
So that's hey, down here, you know, it's far and few between. You know, you might run into a head every once in a while that kind of, you know, had that broader ear, but for the most part, man, if you wasn't hearing bounce out of every single talking by or any No Limit, Cash Money, there wasn't many people blasting Redman. You had some. Now, don't get me wrong. I might have been one of the few.
Right. What you gonna say, Mix?
I still take exception to this day of the name Cash Money Records because I'm a close friend of DJ Cash Money. And to me, he represents like truly like what hip hop is about. Like he's iconic. I feel like his artistry is shoved to the side because when you ask the average person about Cash Money, they're thinking of the label. They're not thinking of you know, Jerome Hewitt.
Right.
And that's what they should be thinking of.
It's funny that you said that. That's why I was asking you about the two Slim people, because one of the things that turned me off to Cash Money was being from Philly. All I know is Cash Money is DJ Cash Money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's why I was just, and to me, just seeing that, I was like, oh, they biting. So I already threw them to the side. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I agree 100% with what you're saying, because that was my reaction when I first even heard about Cash Money records like that. All right, now, Tron, you kind of touched on it with the production. What is the sound of New Orleans, and who do you guys think is the dopest producer out in New Orleans? So, you know, Neltron, give me one to two words to describe the New Orleans sound. Is it bounce? Is it like, what is it? And then who is your favorite producer out in
For the masses, I'm gonna say, because on the outside of being from New Orleans, it was bounce. I mean, bounce.
What is bounce?
Bounce. All right, one of the earliest.
Give me an example of a song of bounce. You know,
one of the earliest songs I heard when I came back, because I was like, I went to Atlanta. I want to get all my New Orleans swag back because they was killing me with the Kilo and the early. Not killing me with the early local Atlanta rap.
Yeah. The 808.
When I came back, TT Tuck and DJ Irv, and then when we took the Showboys, the Trigger Man beat. Everybody and their mama used the Trigger Man beat, so that became the sound of New Orleans, where you get a John Legend song. Where they at? And you know, everything was Trigger Man beat with the James Brown, and then you started getting a lot of R&B songs like Anita Baker. Imagine hearing Nothing in the World with a bounce track. So New Orleans, bounce to New Orleans is kind of like go-go. Okay. In a sense, it's DC sound. You got the house music, and then you got bounce. So bounce is the New Orleans sound, and my favorite producer out of New Orleans, I'm gonna say Precise.
Now, who does he run with? Like, who has he produced?
Precise did the Mystical album. Right. He was with Big Boy, but he did the first Mystical album, and that's who I got.
What about you, Mix?
I'm gonna say the New Orleans sound is kind of to be determined, like Vince said. It's kind of like it's still a work in progress, but it's mostly party driven. It's really about getting the club hype and getting everybody, you know, get their groove on and that kind of thing. It's not really any one way or the other, but it's mostly party driven and just all about a good time. Just like the, you know, the reputation of the city and the surname, the Big Easy. It's like a Big Easy style.
Hospitality.
Yeah.
What about you, Jens?
And my favorite producer.
What's your favorite producer?
My favorite producer is New Orleans Joe.
New Orleans.
He's mostly known for producing Ghetto Boys, Scarface.
God damn it.
He worked with AC, Heavy D, De La Soul, Bahamadia, D'Angelo,
Word?
Ice Cube,
Yeah.
UGK, LL, Brian McKnight, Jay-Z,
Search that name, bro.
Joe, the Roonies, and Rick Ross.
Yeah.
New Orleans Joe.
Yes,
He's
sir.
mostly known for Ghetto Boys, though.
All right.
Yep.
All right. No doubt. I'm tapping in. Yeah. So you got what's the sound and who your favorite producer, good brother?
I mean, just like Nell said, I mean, the sound of the city is bounce, but as Messiah said, it's still to be determined. And bounce is a lot of call and response. Bounce started to become sort of like in dance hall reggae, the rhythms. If you had a bounce tape, you would have 15 to 20 people doing that over practically the same track. So it's kind of like the dance hall rhythms, in my opinion, also.
I like reggaeton.
Yes, a lot of dance hall, it got almost the same, beat behind it and everything like that. Besides that,
the same Murder She Wrote beat. Yeah, everybody.
Yeah. You might hear 20 guys, DJing over that Murder She Wrote, and that's kind of the same thing we had going on in the city. It was also the Brown beat. DJ Cameron Paul. He made up the Brown beat, and the Brown beat is another backbone besides that drag rap of bounce. But anyhow,
and the Brown beat, the Brown beat comes from Derek B. Rock the Beat from London.
Yep.
Wow.
Derek B. the Brown beat. Yep.
And that's out of print. That's been out of print for a minute.
Long time. So my favorite producer, I gotta agree with Messiah. God damn it. N.O. Joe, man. Besides N.O. Joe, I just want to throw Ice Mike up in the
Yeah.
in the realm, Ice Mike, Precise, those cats, full pack, did a lot of dope production.
Oh yeah.
At one time. So
who was Ice Mike producing for?
Then we brought Tim Smooth and Bust Down, people like that. Bust Down is another dope MC out the city.
Yep.
And Ice Mike was nice on the Wheels of Steel.
Hey, I remember when the rumors was going around that Bust Down got signed to Skywalker Records, right?
I remember that.
Everybody was saying he was lying and shit. And then, he ended up being signed to Luke Skywalker Records, and he put out his album and everything like that. So he wasn't lying. But that was the fucked up part about everybody was lying and shit. Yeah, N.O. Joe is definitely by far, in my opinion. Manny and the Beast by the Pound. Big respect, man. Yes.
All right. Tell me this. Who is the one slept on rapper that you want somebody to know about? Like, I'm already Googling all this shit, but if there was just one person, if there was just one that you had to say, Kill, this is the one you need to check for, who would that be? Neutron, who you got?
Slept on MC. I mean, Tim Smooth, but he's no longer with us, and
I mean, that's cool. I mean, we can still, like, if somebody from up north says Sean Price, he's no longer with us, but he got that catalog. So
yeah, and I can't say Jay. I mean, because Jay Elect is Jay Elect, and we. But slept on, I would have to say Tim Smooth because nobody mentions his name ever. So
all right.
I'll give it to Tim Smooth.
All right, what about you, man?
All right, mine is a guy. His name is Devastating. He's with a crew. He's with a dude that recorded in L.A. and performed out of L.A. named Funky Town Pros, and the song he's most known for is called White Green.
Damn.
I just recently found out he was from New Orleans. I always liked the group, the production style, the rhyme style was so different from anything I ever heard. And then I saw an article on him where he spoke about how he was struggling so bad in New Orleans till he moved to LA.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
But the group is called Funky Town Pros.
And what about you, Yes?
All right, can I give you 3?
Nah, you can give me one, good brother. That was the whole thing.
I'm gonna go with this cat. He goes by a couple names, but one name is Tonto, and the other name is OG Enoch. That dude is dope. I think he needs to be brought up in more conversations.
All right, OG Enoch or Tano?
Tonto, yeah, like the Indian.
Wow. I don't know that one.
Me neither, bro.
Check
Yeah,
him out, man. He's dope.
That's his cousin, man.
You gotta put your people on sometimes.
That's that family love, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Now, one thing I love about y'all city, I've been there twice, love it to death. My homegirl's from there, so she actually, I went to see real New Orleans. You know what I mean? So she was going to take me around everything like that. But tell me this, man. I love y'all po' boys, man. I love them to death. Okay? So the same way we do with our Philly show, where's the best place you can get a Philly cheesesteak? Same way with my Brooklyn show, where can I get your best slice? What's the best Jamaican beef patty spot? What is the dopest po' boy spot in New Orleans for you? And then 2, what is a restaurant that if somebody's coming to New Orleans, it's like, you gotta go here? Deltron, what you got? Dopest spot to get a po' boy and the dopest restaurant like that you gotta go to?
Well, you can get a good po' boy at Danny and Clyde's or
Say it. That's what I say.
St. Bernard and Broad by the Triangle. Or you can go to, I mean, if you want, they got Verdi Mart, but that's another good po' boy spot.
All right,
Danny and Clyde's.
Danny and Clyde by the Triangle. That's the hood. Like if me and Rel ain't gonna send you the Maxes, because that's at Broad and there. That's the hood. Like, that's straight hood.
It's not that. It's a little hood, but not the way you like watching your wallet and locking your car. It's you gonna get some hood dudes come through there, some hood chicks come through there, but it ain't. Like
It's a different level hood though from Philly hood. It's different.
Now, talk about that a little, Mix, because here's something that I realized living in different places. Like in Philly, to me, Philly's the home of the stick-up kid. And what I mean by that is people get robbed all the time. If somebody asks you what time it was, and this is when I was growing up, people ask you what time it is, you look at your watch, they looking at your watch. You about to get robbed.
That's why Schoolie D said, looking at my Gucci, right?
Right. Same thing. Can I get $1? You about to get robbed. Like, but then when I stay in Brooklyn, it's a totally different thing. Like my wife is from Harlem and her sister may live at 155th. We were going to walk to 119th at 1 a.m. during the summer. And I was like, yo, you must be out your mind because, well, let them know you
Don't
ain't
do it.
You ain't getting from 15th in Lehigh to 13th in Lehigh before a nigga walking with your girl on a Sunday. Yo, and we walked all that way. Nobody looked at us once. Nobody said anything. I moved to Atlanta in 96. I was in these projects over by Glenwood Road. And the nigga said, yo, my God, you know what time it is? And can I borrow $1? I was like, fuck, I'm about to get fucked up out here. This dude did both questions. Like,
right.
He really just wanted to know what time it was and could he get $1? So every hood is different. Mix. What is the New Orleans hood? What do you mean?
I'm gonna say this. The New Orleans hood really is like, it's the difference between playing man to man or playing zone. The New Orleans hood is like Darrell Reeves, because one guy roll up on everybody, as opposed to having his boys with him. That's more like a New York or LA and other place thing. Where it's like a whole pack of brothers roll up on 2 dudes or a guy and his girl. New Orleans, one guy roll up on 4 dudes and say, you from around here?
I got robbed by one dude.
Mm-hmm.
Yo.
1998, I'm on the lakefront, which is a popular hangout spot for New Orleans. I'm chilling with my boys. It's 98. Outkast is out, and other people. I'm asking my cousin. I see this dude out my corner of my eye. We drinking 40s, smoking. I'm like, yo, cuz, you got your heat on you. He's like, nah, cuz, I ain't got my shit. Dude rolls up, pulls out the 9. Like, if y'all don't want to die, give up the car. And I drove a Stanza, so he didn't want my shit. My shit was an 87 Stanza. My cousin had a 98 Dodge Stratus with the rims and all that. So he just straight up robbed 5 people by himself. A skinny dude. So I'm like, yeah, that's what Mike.
Mix, I gotta bring you back just for your analogies. We gotta have an analogy battle because I thought I was
that.
The man I'm playing down. I'm like, this dude's coming for my title. Yo, that's crazy, man. Because like you said, every hood is different. So Mix, where are you sending me to get the best po' boy? Oh, now Charlie, you never told me what's the restaurant. Is there a restaurant that like you swear by? You know, like when Vern and his family, I'm like, oh man, you get up just po' boys, bus boys.
It depends on what you want to eat. I don't know if you ever had seafood like the crawfish and the shrimp, or oyster. I don't even know if y'all eat oysters in Philly. Do y'all eat oysters?
He counts calories. He can't come down here. He can't come down here. He counts calories now. He can't come down here.
The best shrimp. Because that's what y'all known for, right? Is that what New Orleans?
Yeah, so there's a spot called Neo's or Neo's Creole Cafe. There's a spot called Katie's. There's a few, Katie's, and if you don't, Katie's on Iberville, they pretty good. If you want some boiled shrimp, just straight up boiled shrimp, you got Cajun Seafood on Claiborne. J&J's on the West Bank, and Castnets in the East. But if you don't want to eat like the local cuisine, you want to be like, you know what? I'm gonna go get some Jamaican. They got Cocoa Hut on Bayou Road. I mean, we got different stuff. We got Thai, Mediterranean,
I love y'all city just for the food, just alone. We could just stop with y'all food.
You could go to my house or my daddy's house or
I know that's what I was saying too.
And I'll cook you some gumbo, and you'll be like, damn, nigga, I didn't know y'all could cook like this.
That's right. You fucking with cooks when you come down here.
Right,
that's right.
Right. We everybody and their mama cooks. So
damn right.
You know. Yeah. So that's my picks.
What about you, Mix? Where's your favorite po' boy spot?
For po' boy spots, I'm not even 100% if it still exists, but I think it does. It's in a place called New Orleans East, and it's called We Never Close.
We Never Close. It's open still.
All right. It was always the spot. It was always the spot that you go to after you've been clubbing all night.
Yep, Chef Highway.
And you had to eat off your buzz or get your grub on one way or the other. That was the spot. You know, the shrimps are falling in every direction. Oh, it's like an overstuffed po' boy.
Okay, all right, yeah, that's it.
And then I gotta make a trip.
Restaurant.
And then for restaurant, it's a newer place for me. It hasn't been around that long. I kind of like the versatility. It's called Mr. Everything. Okay. It's not too far from the prison. You know, on Broad Street. So they have like a well-rounded. Say it again.
It's around Tulane and Broad, or?
Yeah, it's around Tulane and Broad. It's called Mr. Everything.
All right.
They sell a little bit of everything. If you're trying to eat healthy or unhealthy, they kind of cover both avenues.
That's dope. Yes. What about you? That's po' boy spot.
I gotta put that disclaimer out there too. I'm gonna give you a spot, but I mean, you can almost go anywhere in the city and get a good po'.
Same thing with Philly. You could go anywhere in the city and get a cheesesteak.
But I really mean it though. I really mean it. I can't speak on Philly. I can't speak on Philly. I'm telling you about my city right now.
Anywhere in New Orleans and get a good po'.
Yeah, pretty much. You can go just like now. Say you can go to his daddy's house and get a good po' boy.
Pretty much.
It's like that. But I'm gonna tell you, there used to be a place off of St. Claude. It's closed now. Jeans.
Ooh, Jeans.
Jeans used to be having good food over there. You know, restaurant. And you talking about the city of food, man?
It's just what we.
All right, look. Here you go. Here's a spot I like. Deanie's in Bucktown. Yeah, Deanie's, you get you some balls food, you get fried, you get all that. In Bucktown, I ain't talking about
Oh, not the one in the quarter.
No, not the one in the quarter. No. Okay. See, like if I'm telling anybody to come here, I'm not sending them in the quarter. I'm sending them to, you know what I'm saying? Like right. Well, it's touristy for the money reason. They're gonna get it out you. They're gonna get it out you.
Yes, I feel the opposite. I feel the opposite about the Deanies. Because the Deanies in the quarters, to me, they treat you like a black man. But the Deanies in Bucktown, They treat you like a nigga.
Okay, I hear you. I hear you. Hey, I can believe it.
Fast life. Like, I'm at Morgan. All my people from New York, like, yo, this dude Thought is nasty. Like, that was like the Philly coming out album, in my opinion, for the New Yorkers I hung around, who's always like fronting on Philly hip hop. It was like, boom, that's that. So like a lot of times I'll say the Illadelph Half Life, or it could be something that, another thing I'm super proud of is when Beans was going at it with Jada. You know what I mean? Because I felt like that was one of the illest MCs war. You don't think so, Ralph?
That not to get into that so heavy, but that battle was very difficult for me because I was such a Jada fan, but I'm from Philly, and that one was that I had really mixed feelings about that battle.
But I'm just talking about, to me, it just made me feel proud because here's a Philly MC going toe to toe.
Oh, the recognition. I agree. The recognition. Yeah, I feel you. That's something that I was really proud of to wear on my chest. Like, for all the years y'all fronted on us, like, here you go. So I got you.
Is there a moment? Is there an album? What is it that you feel most proud about? You know, New Orleans, as far as an MC, hip hop moment or whatever. Neltron, what about you?
I'm gonna say 400 again. I mean, Jay just breaks my heart. Jay Elect breaks my heart every time I mention him or talk about it, because he could have been so great. So I'm gonna go with 400 Degrees, man, because that album during New Orleans at that time, it was after we was the murder capital of the world. So you in the late 90s, everything's kind of calmed down, people getting money, and that album really represents what New Orleans was doing at that time as a whole. So I'm gonna go with 400 Degrees.
All right, what about you, Mix?
I'm gonna go with Big Mike, Something Serious. It was kind of like graduation from being local to being nationally accepted and an official member of the Ghetto Boys, and it knocked down a lot of doors for, like, you know, Ghetto Twins to get down with Ruthless Records and a whole lot of other, you know, national acts coming to New Orleans for talent.
Okay. I was going to ask y'all about Big Mike too. I wasn't sure where he was from. He's from New Orleans. Yeah, he was nice, man. Big Mike was nice. Big Mike.
Until Death Do Us Part album, Ghetto Boys.
And Kill.
Did you like the Convicts album with Lord 3-2?
Oh yeah, that was good too.
Yeah.
That was super.
3-2 is on Straight Gangsterism, right? Isn't he on that song on the Ghetto Boys?
I think so. I think he is.
Light skinned dude.
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah. He was nice too. Yeah.
You know what else, Kill? There's something else I wanted to point out.
What's that?
We got two members. Well, we got two guys from New Orleans. One who has New Orleans roots, but I think he was raised somewhere else, and another one who, same situation, who are with major recording acts and people don't really recognize it. Daz Dillinger has roots in New Orleans.
Oh, word?
On the Dog Pound. Okay. And then Soup, aka Zakir from Jurassic 5, he's also from New Orleans.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
All right.
Got people in street pool.
well, Michelet is from Bonky, Louisiana. And Pam the Funkstress from the Coup is from Bonky, Louisiana as well.
Oh wow.
What? Man, Bonky. Oh, have mercy.
Yeah, no, I never been there, but I passed through.
Well, that's you passed through Bonky.
Underline
right.
Pass through.
All right, yes. What's the album that or moment or thing that makes you the most proud to be from New Orleans?
I'm gonna have to take it to the Truth Universal cat. He got an album called Self Determination that I really, really dig, and you know, I think, I mean, that dude, I don't know if he's recording anything anymore. I don't know.
He is.
But
He's still doing it.
During that time, man, that dude is just damn dope, period, to me. So yeah, the Self Determination album is an album that I like.
All right.
Among his other ones.
I'm gonna name some people. Y'all tell me the first 2 to 3 words that come to mind when I say it.
Uh-oh.
Lil Wayne. Now try. What's the first thing that comes when you hear Lil Wayne?
Magnolia Projects.
All right, Magnolia
Projects. A young protege of the Cash Money crew, and you know.
All right, so you got Magnolia Mix. What about you?
Unpredictable Live Wire.
Predictable Live Wire. Yes. What about you?
I think I'm gonna have to hop on that. He definitely unpredictable. His style, he's not. He don't have just one style. So yeah, I would say he's unpredictable rhyme wise.
All right. Number 2, J Electronica. Neltron.
Oh man, alien life form. I mean, he's just incredible, man. He's just incredible, and I'm just like, sometimes I be wanting to put my foot up his ass, like, my nigga, drop an album, dude. So
there's a lot of people who like to put a foot up to say drop an album. Mix, what about you, JLF?
Underwhelming.
Okay. Jens, what
Hitting hard. I would say dope / wasted talent.
Okay, cool. Number 3, Master P. Neltron.
Certified. I mean, not certified, but just a marketing fool. I mean, he had sneakers. I think he has chips now. Master P chips, shoes. He got into the sports game.
Baron Davis trying to buy Reebok.
Oh wait, his shoe.
Him and Baron Davis are trying to buy Reebok.
Oh yeah, I did hear
I heard
about that. So yeah, business, just a business minded. He's stupid with the business, man. His business acumen is just crazy. He never stops hustling.
Mix, what about you?
I'm gonna say driven.
Okay. Yes.
I think he's a maker, being that how he, put a lot of people to work that maybe not would have had a job, whether it's through his movies or through the music. So he makes things happen.
All right. Next up, Currency. Neltron.
Workaholic.
Mix.
Workaholic. What's on you, Mike?
Dope but different.
Dope but different. Yes.
Yeah, dope.
All right. And last up, Manny Fresh. Neltron.
New Orleans own. I'm gonna say this, man. I wish Baby wouldn't have had such a stronghold on him, so he could have worked with other artists. But he was stuck at Cash Money, so I'm gonna just say New Orleans own a beat maker.
All right.
It's hard.
All right. What about you, Mix?
I'm gonna say trailblazing.
Okay. And Jens?
Yeah, trendsetter, trailblazer. He could be the mayor if he wanted to, I think. It wouldn't take much for him to get that. He had the opportunity, or there was a rumor that he was supposed to work with Mos Def.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be an album.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
He actually did work with him. It's already done.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just ain't gonna nobody's gonna see it or hear it.
Now, Neltron, you saying that Baby's hand on Manny Fresh, it was the contracts that Manny couldn't work with outside people?
I'm not sure, Kill, but all I know is he just worked with the Cash Money crew, and I'm like, you could be working with people out of Texas, Atlanta, or like Mos Def, or somebody from Detroit. You could have worked with somebody from Detroit, and that would have changed your kind of style.
Right.
Because his style kind of stayed the same.
I think Manny could have been like how Jazzy Faye started doing. Like there was a time where Jazzy Faye was all around producing and stuff. I think Manny definitely could have been doing that.
I think it was kind of like the Foster McElroy stranglehold on En Vogue. Remember when everybody wanted to work with En Vogue, like L.A. and Babyface and Jimmy Jam, Terry Lewis, but Foster McElroy had them locked up to the point where they couldn't even entertain no one else.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, Vern, Jazzy Faye's from Atlanta, right? Vern. Oh, he frozen. Jazzy Faye is from Atlanta, y'all, right?
I don't know.
I couldn't be sure.
Okay.
It's possible.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Okay.
Cool. All right. Now we talk about
he represents Atlanta. Yes.
All right. Now we talk about hip hop. What about R&B? Tell me about some New Orleans R&B acts. I know one of my favorites.
I already know where you're going, Kill.
Yeah, you go.
This is one of my
Hey,
favorites.
Gumbo. Yeah.
I mean, I love this album so much. This is the first album I think I've ever heard. I listened to it and wrote the review the same night I heard it.
Dang.
That's the live version. Is that the live version?
It's the regular version.
Oh, that's the regular. Okay.
But I literally listened to it. And by the time I got to song 6, I was like, I just started writing, and that's never happened before. I love this album. And he's actually been on Apartment 5B before and chopped it up with us. But tell me a little bit about, New Orleans R&B.
R&B. Tank and the Bangers. I remember seeing them in 07 at house. I'll be at a house party. Tank and the Bangers. Bang Us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bangers.
Bang.
At a house party?
Yes, this was 07. I'm in New Orleans off of North Gayoso or North Mayo at a house party, and they're performing. And I'm like, damn, this is a mixture of kind of hip hop and R&B and soul and funk and a little bit of the bounce, the second line type of stuff that we do. And now they're getting the notorieties because I've seen them on Tiny Desk, and the singer, the lead singer, she kind of reminds you of a bubbly Jill Scott, so I'll say Tank and the Bangers.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
You heard the Alex Isley joint with them?
Yeah, that's real dope.
No, I haven't.
Alex Isley's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, she's
stupid.
She's out.
Stupid, bro.
Yeah, she out. You know how I feel about Alex.
Yeah.
She's fire. She's fire.
Yeah.
So I gotta listen to this shorty because all of y'all love this shorty.
She is fire.
Oh, yeah.
She is fire.
Man, she can't. Everything she's been on, especially with Jack Dine, is
Oh my goodness.
amazing.
Out of this world, bro. Yeah.
Stellar.
All right, cool. What about you, Mix? Who would you big up out of New Orleans R&B?
I'm gonna go with PJ Martin
Oh yeah.
because I don't think there's no style that he can't do or any genre that he's locked into.
Like I want to
whether it be
I want to say he won a Grammy for Gumbo, and he just won a Grammy, I think, for a gospel album.
He did.
Yeah.
And he's independent.
Doesn't he play with Maroon 5? Isn't he?
Yes.
Yeah, he plays with Maroon 5 and he produced Indy Ari at one point.
Oh wow.
PJ's dope. What about you, Jens?
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be PJ, for the newer, I mean, if you can call him, he's been doing it for a while, but, I mean, other than that, it's all our traditional, R&B funk kind of, music that we got down here. But yeah, PJ, you got it.
All right.
If you want to go old school, excuse me.
Please.
The old school R&B. I was talking to Mike about this earlier today, and it's the Funky Meters.
Wait, hold up.
The beat.
All right.
Hold up. Don't say the Funky Meters because that's the gentrified version. It's the meters.
The Meters. Yeah, the Meters. The Meters and Chocolate Milk.
Chocolate Milk.
Yep.
These two bands, man, was on some
Chocolate Milk.
Cameo with a sprinkle of LTD, Confunction. So it's like soul funk and just great music, but they never.
I'm gonna say this, Kill. I'm gonna say the meter's been sampled more than the Kardashian mama.
That's a great analogy, and I was gonna say, if you listen to anything in hip hop, you've heard the Meters. If you've heard, Marie, if you heard anything Rich Harrison produced over the past 20 years,
what? And drums.
Marie, Tony Braxton, Take This Ring, the Meters hand clapping song, just
Every D.
Yeah, I mean, everybody has sampled the Meters, so there's no way you've heard hip hop and you haven't heard the Meters. So that's dope. Tell me, y'all, on some number one. I thank y'all for coming on and schooling me. I mean, I've never taken this. I mean, this.
Yeah. Damn.
Wow. Straight up school.
Yeah, this is school to me, man. Like, that's why I wanted these. My pastor always told me never be the smartest person in the room. Keep smarter people around. So
that was dope. That was dope.
I know you're a bookhead, right? So there's a spot on Bayou Road called Community Book Center.
You said on Bayou Road?
On Bayou Road. I think that's what is that? The 7 Ward or the 6 Ward? Tremendous. But it's on Bayou Road.
It's off North Broad.
Yeah. So it's called the Community Book Center, Black owned, and if you want to get some books while you're in the city, check them out.
Bro, let me explain something to y'all. As soon as this whole COVID thing is over and they start having conferences again, I'm in everybody's city. You know what I mean? So trust me, I will definitely be out.
Yeah.
So number one, just want to thank you guys for coming on and schooling me.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Listeners and everything like that. Is there anything I missed that you want to bring up about New Orleans? Neltron, is there something I missed that we didn't talk about? Something you want people to know?
Magazine Street, snowballs. Snowballs is like Italian icy, but not. It's a little more juice, but snowballs are like a delicacy in New Orleans, and spots to hang out like City Park if you want to take the family to the lakefront, or Riverview or Audubon Park. So there's, Mm-hmm.
All right, Bert, you was about to say something?
Besides Cafe Du Monde, where can we get a good beignet?
That's it, bro. They took over the city, right?
Okay.
That's pretty much it.
Okay.
There was a place in City Park called Morning Call.
They just like a bitten version of that.
Right, that's all it really is. Yeah, you gotta go to Cafe Du Monde, man. That's it.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I loved about AAU. 3 summers they had tournaments down there. So I really love New Orleans. Matter of fact, my mom and stepdad down there now celebrating their anniversary.
Oh, word.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's what's up, man.
Yep.
That's dope. I'm putting it out there in the air that eventually 5B, we're gonna be coming to everybody's city.
Yeah.
So we gonna be able to meet us. What's up, Mix?
I want to send a shout out to me, the greatest natural football player to ever walk the planet. When they think of New Orleans, they always talk about Peyton Manning and Reggie Wayne and Marshall Faulk. But the greatest football player ever is Ed Reed.
Ed
Reed, pound for pound.
Same role.
I got a picture with him. Yeah. I got a picture with him. Yeah, he was at this restaurant I was at. Yeah.
From my beloved Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah.
You're a trader, bro.
Yeah.
What about you, Mix? Did I miss anything? Is there anything that you want to touch on with the city that we didn't, or you want people to know about?
I would say, even though it's known, still come and check out the Essence Music Fest, because it's a good way to get everything all in one shot. And also the Jazz and Heritage Fest, the food at the Jazz Fest is like the best food New Orleans has in a 2-week span. Like, they premiere a lot of dishes that you don't really get any other time in the city. They save it just for that event.
True.
So I would say those 2 events.
That's dope. Yes, what about you, good brother? I miss anything? Anything else you want?
I'm gonna jump on what Messiah said. If you come for Essence, you don't have to be at Essence. The whole city's there. If you down here for Bayou Classic, it ain't just in the Superdome. It's the whole city. We put it on for all of them when they come down here. That's why they love coming. So yeah, if you come down here, if you don't have the ticket to get in the big place, they all over the city performing. Trust me.
All right. Let me ask you this, and if this question hits too home, and it's too personal, please, by all means, you can easily pass it if you don't want to speak on it. The whole Katrina situation, the thing for me that was so mind blowing to me was just, I mean, you guys love that city. People love New Orleans so much because, again, just from an outsider looking in, after it happened and knowing that, and I know that the levees, this wasn't something that happened every year. I don't want to get into conspiracy theories and everything, but, just from the outside looking in at first, I understand it more now, but at first it was like, wow, these people had to move to Houston, move all over, and then they moved back. And I'm just thinking from the outside in, I'm like, yo, I'm not moving back to a city where this shit could happen again. So what do you guys think it is about New Orleans that brings everybody back? There's something special about that city. You know what I mean? Because I know for me, again, just outside looking in, not trying to offend nobody, I was like, yo, I love Philly to death. But if this shit can happen every year, I'm not coming back. Like, I'll move to Jersey. I don't got no problem moving to Brooklyn. Like, but everybody comes back. So it's got to be something special about it. What do you guys think that is? You know, that brought everybody back to the city after something like Katrina happened.
I think it's mostly the fact that in New Orleans, unlike a lot of places, they kind of accept you for who you are. You're not really judged quite as much. Like, you don't feel like you're under the microscope 24/7. And then the pace of it is kind of like you could set your own parameters for the pace. You know, you can make it whatever you want. But it's like it's bittersweet, because with that being said, even before Katrina, a lot of people from here are kind of afraid to explore relocating to other cities that are also interesting. So they kind of have blinders. You know, they think like, you know, it's all about New Orleans. But I think you appreciate New Orleans more when you travel to other places and you fill in the blanks of both places. You know, you kind of get the best of both worlds. It make you appreciate what you already in, what you have, but it also let you know that there's other ways to live, other styles to live in. Because I lived in Orlando, I lived in Houston, and I lived in Brooklyn. And I mean, I miss Brooklyn a lot because it was more catered to my style. So when I came back to New Orleans, I felt like I was, you know, on Death Row Records, you know, pre-Katrina, working with Daz and Quick and everyone. And then I feel like I'm moving back and I'm with Diddy now. You know, like I'm more about liquor and everything else other than the music.
Past the Cavassier.
Right.
Yeah.
What about you? Yes. What do you think the pull is? Because it was just amazing to me again, just when it happened, and everybody was like, "Yo, I want to go back," and I'm like, "Word?" Like, y'all, you know. So, what do you think it is about what's so special about New Orleans?
I think it's like Masana was saying. It's got a lot to do with community. People here, you know, we not fucking with nobody really. We don't care where you come from. We don't care, you know. We just out. We living and we getting it, and that's it. You know, and that's just the best way to put it. Like when we got called Hollywood South. They got people, you know, known people. We don't fuck with them. Them people, they would think that nobody in New Orleans knew them. We know them, we just don't fuck with them like that. We to ourselves, we mind our business. We don't, you know, we're not doing all that. We're not running up on you for an autograph and all of that. That's why they comfortable coming down here and living and everything.
Yeah,
we have a small city with a big reputation.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because I know Lenny Kravitz lives down there. Solange has a house down there. That a lot of people are moving for. What about you, Neltron? What do you think it is about the city that just pulled everybody back?
It's unique. It's one of the oldest cities in the United States. I mean, you're going back to Louisiana Purchase and Louis XIV. And it's just the way the city started. So, you know, everybody, you got people like Yentz. When I hear him talking, I'm like, damn, he gotta be from New Orleans. When you hear a Spanish dude or the Vietnamese down here sound like they from New Orleans, it's crazy. But it's more like Nick said, it's family, the food and the culture, and everybody's pretty much, everybody knows somebody who knows somebody that knows somebody. It's like, it's real tight. You could go in Philly, parts of Philly, and you won't know this other guy in South Philly or West Philly, but from the East to Marrero, everybody knows somebody. That's why you can't be messing around with these ladies.
Everyone knows everyone. You gotta watch who you're hollering at.
Right. And it might be your cousin. You might be hollering at your cousin. You might be related to the girl in your high school.
Right.
So, but it's culture, food, and family, man. So.
Right. That's dope. I mean, that was an example of it just here tonight. When you was like, yo, Mike can't get his AirPods. I'm like, how the fuck you know Mike? I'm like, Mike's on. So again, just something that quick is, you know, y'all two knowing each other, and I didn't even know y'all two knew each other. So, all right. Well, I appreciate y'all. Prayerfully, I've learned a lot. Prayerfully, people watching have learned a lot, you know, and I want to do more of these shows. You know, I got to do it, because I don't know a lot about Houston. I want to do a Mississippi show. I want to, you know, because again, to me, if you love hip hop, it's got to be more about than what you like. You know what I mean? I want to support any city, any MC moving my culture forward. You know what I mean?
Yo, this is definitely the dopest podcast going because it covers everything that everybody always talk about in barbershops, on the street, and otherwise. All the stuff that people are afraid to discuss. Look how you bring it up.
I appreciate that, brother. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. We don't just argue Illmatic or it was written.
Wait. Can we all get that Illmatic is better than Illmatic?
We can. We can.
You don't want to say that on this podcast. You don't want to say that on this podcast.
We can argue it, but it ain't. We can argue it, but it ain't true.
Let's do this. Now try and give them all the information, man. Where can they get at you? Where can they follow you? All that good stuff.
At Neltron 8000 on Twitter and on Instagram.
All right, Jens, give them everything, good brother.
You know how I do. Look, I just want to big everybody up on the panel. Real first time being on with you. Happy to see you. Happy to talk to you, Messiah. Man, I think we people. I think we brothers some kind of way. We know one another somehow. Burn always, Burn. You know what it is, Burn. Kill, can't say enough about you. But I want to do one thing right quick. April, for those that know me, I have a son with autism. So April is Autism Awareness Month. And tomorrow, the 2nd, is Worldwide Autism Day. So I would like to encourage anybody that's going to watch the podcast, any of you brothers on the panel, if you have a relative or anything like that has autism, learn about autism. Talk to the parents. I would suggest any parent that gets the diagnosis of autism, immediately find an autism support group in your city. And if they don't have one, create one. I can't say enough of how much the autism support group has helped my wife and I and my son. So I would like to encourage anybody, please get involved in a support group. Talk to your children's teachers whenever they're able to go back and finally maybe get in school. Talk to them, build a relationship with that teacher. Because like for me, my son doesn't talk. He says a word here or there, but as far as a total conversation, he hadn't started doing that yet. So all his life, he's 23 now. So all his life going through school, we had to have and build a real strong relationship with the teacher, because he couldn't come home and say, Mom, Dad, this is what we did in school. This is what my homework is, whatever. So, we had to instill in the teacher that, we want to be kept up to date on what's going on in the class. That way, when he comes home, we can continue what they work on in class. So, anybody who has a child with autism, please get yourself in a support group if you haven't already. That's my time. I'm sorry.
Very dope. There's actually 3 of my godchildren have autism, so I'm very familiar.
Okay. Yeah.
I work with those students. I work with several students with autism in the school that I work in.
Oh, word. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
And it's funny you say that.
My niece and my next door neighbor.
Yeah. And we're actually doing a spinoff of Apartment 5B, me and Eb, where we're talking about health issues. So, one of the things, and I would love to have you and your wife, if she's open to it, we're going to be talking about health issues. So it'll be something like, I don't know, MS, what made you go in the first place to even get tested? What was your diagnosis like? What are some of the drugs they want to put you on? How do you live with it? So just when people, because here's the great part about life, y'all, the older we get, shit is going to fall apart, so but what I want it to be is a situation when you get it, you don't feel like you're alone, like that you can have this community. So the same way we built this hip hop music community through Twitter and IG, I want to build a health community. So when people get diagnosed with things, you're not by yourself and you don't know what to do, different things like that. So we're going to be doing that starting in April. And we want to do something with autism too, and talking with parents and just building that community, because I think you got the music community down pat. Now I feel like it's time to move on to another community that can help people too.
Let me add one thing right quick on for what you're talking about, Kill. I think is very, very is vitally important that if you have a certain knowledge, that you pass that knowledge on. See, like I'm gonna just use my example, having a son with autism. Anybody who wants to talk to me about autism, although the situation may be different, it's still going to be somewhat the same. And I don't believe that I would be a good parent if I didn't share what I've learned. Because, like I said, my son's 23. So I'm talking about people with kids that's like 5, 6. They're not at 23 yet. You know what I'm saying? So there's some things that I can tell them that'll help them maybe along their journey. Just like people. I'm always trying to talk to somebody like that. You know what I mean? So I don't think we should don't hold information so close to the cuff. No matter what the information is. If it's something that can benefit somebody, man, let that out.
Right. And I mean, that's to me the whole point. Because the thing is I feel like with health issues, especially, we hold that to our chest. You know what I mean? So you could be talking you could have a coworker for 20 years and not know that this coworker has MS or scoliosis, right, or have something, because it's like a secret identity. You just don't bring it up, Yeah. But what I want to do, right, and I want to provide a space where people, even if you don't want to talk about it publicly, you can just know, okay, this person has what I got, or my wife got diagnosed with this. I know I can hit up this person to kind of get some information. Because I'm gonna keep it a buck with all these doctors out here. A lot of them suck. They just want to throw you on drugs and call it a day. So it's even better when you can go into a doctor's office with. And I'll give myself an example. I just got diagnosed with scoliosis. You know what I mean? And it was great on the timeline. People like 8-9 people DM me like, yo, I got scoliosis too. Like, look into these things. And when you go see a doctor, ask about this and talk about this. And, so it empowered me to not go into the doctor's office like, well, what can you do for me? Versus now I'm going in like, yo, this is what I want done for me. So same thing you were saying about with autism, with your child, just empowering people. So again, that's going to be something me and Ever going to be doing. And then everybody's down to join and jump on or whatever. Just a passion project of mine and his that we've been talking about for a long time. So they got you. Yes, you gave them everything on Twitter. You gave them everything.
I'm sure you're going to plug it. And I'll plug it.
All right. Mix. Give them everything, good brother. Where can they get at you?
All right. On Twitter, it's just simply Mix Messiah. And that's Mix with 2 X's. On Instagram, it's Mix Mess. Short for Messiah. And contrary to a lot of people's belief and stuff, I'm still on Facebook. And that would be my real name, which is Michael G. Dunn, like Warwick Dunn.
All right. Now, Troy, give him everything, good brother.
Oh, I told him.
Oh, you already went? All right, my bad.
Yeah, yes.
Vern, give him
Ral or Vern.
Where can they get, if they need a house in Georgia, who they get?
At V the Loan Closer on Instagram and V Chandler 10 on Twitter.
All right, and Rel, give him everything, good brother.
Yo, on Twitter is JBen215. Instagram Uptown JBen. One thing, I've been kind of muting and listening to some of the stuff y'all suggested. Tim Smooth, I already got a song I got from him that slaps, so I got to have it. If he got a song, I got to have it. That slaps. So I appreciate y'all, man. I got to learn. I took some notes, so I'm gonna go out and listen to some of this, man.
Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate all y'all, man.
Appreciate y'all.
Appreciate everybody.
Sure. Man, this dope.
So I mean, I'm excited about diving into all this stuff. So again, that's what hip hop's supposed to be about. You already know this with me, Kill 889, Twitter, IG. We'll make beats for food. I will check y'all next week, y'all.
Salute.
Peace.